September 7, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. And I welcome you all to another part of Pheonix Wright. Ace Attorney, I'm Gloomy, happy to have you here. And the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Oh, he looks damn bored, huh? Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the present. Sir, Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of my office to explain. Of the office, not my office. It'd be weird if it's his office. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it the statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked a lot of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of the sister tricks. The sister tricks? Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor, I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright, let's press, shall we? As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed at the scene. Who did you say you got the call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at a Gatewater hotel right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Pheonix Wright. Oh, sorry, I just should have pressed that. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, you're down back, but we'll only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Mr. Maya Fey. Yeah, why do? Why is that? What's the reason? Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Hold on just a second. Yeah? I heard correctly. You said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say it? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly. What about the suspicious woman as in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, she does seem pretty pink to me. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about it first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written about a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's fingers. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about the vital piece of evidence in the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed about it. Your Honor, sir? I forgot. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, examined the crime scene with my own eyes. Yeah, your own eyes are so reliable. Let's press this one. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh! And then who did write it, Smarty Pants? The killer. The killer! Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name, buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test result that the blood was the victim's, that's alright. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Let's press for that one. On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Haha, nice try. Oh, I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a book. This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no? Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness' opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. That didn't go so well. That's right. What she said. He said, not she. No. That's his own testimony? Okay, there has to be a contradiction there. Somewhere. Let's find it. After securing the suspect... Yeah, let's press this one. didn't we? And did you find any evidence? No, don't drop the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. Alright. Did we press that already? Let me check that. Just because, yeah, we pressed that. We pressed that. Miss May. Well, it could have been the witness, Miss May. Hold on, the witness was in her hotel room, not the office. Try pulling that stun again, talking out. Yeah, and while you're at it, pull mine too, pal. Well, detective, tell us what was written in the memo you found. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well, I here to take the little bits of the blood, the hemoglobins, hemagoblin bobbin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean your honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe? Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation. Yes, you should. Yo, that was a mess. Right, where was I? Single death was instantaneous. She died instantly. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify me for this. Want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow of a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective. Yeah. Order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. Prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to the blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you looked shocked. Something you want to say? I'm a sham. Detective Gumshoe, was I a fool to trust you in your report? Huh? Me? I wasn't, huh? Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? Your Honor, submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service. Wink. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured a hold of every man in this courtroom. Well, Ashworth does not seem the least bit interested in her. He's just downright. Look at him. Look at his face. He's just wanting to go back to sleep here. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5 when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. office. Yeah, that's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Gonna shoot me for myself. It was like 9 at night. I looked out at the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in a defendant's chair. Then the woman dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy. Wink wink. Well, Your Honor. I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. What about this is solid? This whole thing falls apart easily. I don't see you need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Absolutely. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. This. If only because I have a feeling Ashworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some kind with this. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Witness account. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. Let me just check. What is... is there a time? Okay, there's nothing that useful here. No, the clock thingy was out. Right. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? She... What? That's it? She can get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Go for it. Let's see how far can I run with this. Surely, you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Hey, Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on leading her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him! The poor girl! Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window, what did you see next? And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The woman with long hair. That was Miss Mia Fey. Uh-huh. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Oh, well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. The testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this. I mean... if you had really witnessed my client, Mia Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like these on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way that night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. I'm gonna shoot myself after this one. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had a... I did see everything, I did! The victim, the woman dodged the first attack and ran after the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, the kind of statuette clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. They're not hippie clothes, you know? That thing falls apart quickly. It's fine, then the girl in the hippie clothes, dude. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what you mean? That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it, I did. Where did that weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk? I see. What sort of weapon was it? That clock, the kind of statue clock? The thinker, I think. A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Yeah. You know, let me show you this thing here, actually. What about this thing makes it look like a clock? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you like that. Didn't you know, Mr. Yale? You just said this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order, order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And, as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is, you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So you've been to the law offices of Pheonix Co. No, hey, I didn't say that. Why'd I go there? I heard it from a hotel room. Yeah, you absolutely heard it from across the street in your hotel room on another floor. This must be one hell of a lot of clock. The law offices of Pheonix Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. Not that close. She could easily heard it. Easily heard it. That doesn't seem likely. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. The clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. A fat? Well, Miss May. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this. Huh? That's a very cute cell phone. Oh, sorry. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the night of the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. But Detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I butchered that word so many times today. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, Tin? If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5, 9:27 AM. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I got so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes, this is a custom thing. The witness claims she had seen it before. This directly contradicts a piece of evidence I already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce the evidence that will prove the witness will not see the clock before. Made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in the police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Excuse is not on sale today. Ah. The fuck? What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Why should she die? Isn't it a little over the top? Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. Did I, good? I guess I did. Wink. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yeah, Your Honor, allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known to think it was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The wiretap. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. I have legit no idea what he's proving. Is it a lamp? We haven't used the lamp. Was there anything? Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while? Well, actually, there's something I want to talk. Again? Clock? It's made... Ah, yeah, well, I guess that is a thing, you know? Let's present us, yeah. I presented the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want to hold on to me for. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, This is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La la. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up. Out of here. What gives you the right to talk to me like you lawyer? It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is it? Is that it? Oh god, I'm gonna shoot myself today. I did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? She's exactly saying what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have any explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha, I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course I can, and will. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say, way. And I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular or cold coffee. Iced coffee? I think I'm making this up. Ask the bellboy. Ergo the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing to the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May down to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say there? Well, I'll think of something. Do I need to tell the bellboy? The bellboy is irrelevant, isn't he? Right, on with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted the wiretapper, yes? But that bears no relevance to the case at hand, murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Uh-oh. I think this can't be the end, but I'm out of evidence. And believe the cross-examination over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witness to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means Maya's guilty? Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The defense would like to call the bellboy, after all. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Miss April May's alibi proves to be solid, then, by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Schwerf. He's got me backed into the corner. I wouldn't see any other way to take this. I accept. Very well, the court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witnesses to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, The witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at a fine gateway hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. I can prove Miss May was involved with this murder now. Maya will be finished. Alright. So I'm the head bellboy. Yeah, right, press that. What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir? I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. The way he says that in conclusion here, that kinda sounds wrong. I checked Miss May in personally. Yeah, that sounds even worse. That sounds absolutely worse. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. That sounds even worse. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. You know, at this point I'm just sure he did it. He just absolutely checked her in. Yes. He checked her in and checked her out. Yeah. And then I saw them. And at the point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Alright. Let's just not talk about that, please. We need to keep it under 18. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. Why exactly 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at her request, precisely at the requested time, of course. Precisely 9, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that I be brought then. Oh, bellboy? I'd like an iced coffee exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on the door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir, as in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Could you just hold on for a minute and let's just say he's talking about his mannerisms and saying they're endearing himself. You know what? That's how much? Oh no, just no. Why would you do that? Well, when I brought the room service, sir. She, the guest, sir. Bear with me with embrace, sir. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by the prim the manner, sir. I was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. That sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious, and the witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait, please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone long enough. No, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay, this is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? I'm not sure. Tell me about the check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, alright, very well, sir. My first thought was that she was beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did he say? Oh, rather quiet. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. What? Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was a good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it. He wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool! I've done it. I've won! No, you haven't won. Yet. Miss April May checked into the twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved with who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? Simple, it was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi for the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. Oh my, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. So, we're going to end today's episode here. I actually thought we could get a conclusion, but let's take the break as a break. This episode already is long enough. So, I've been Gloomy. I hope you have a nice day, and we see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.